Hey guys, Prowo1701 here, and it's official. Season 17 of Doctor Who has been announced as the next set in the collection, another Tom Baker season. I am excited. It is nice to have this confirmed. I thank you to everyone who is contacting me on the channel and on my Patreon to give me a heads up about it, because since I am here in the States, I don't quite get the notifications as quick as y'all do, so you guys are really on the ball keeping me up on that. Thank you. I do have my pre-order in. With Amazon UK. I'm so glad they are shipping to the States again, although I may go ahead and pre-order one with Zavvi too, just to hedge my bet, so I make sure I get a pristine copy, especially since season 17 has City of Death in it. City of Death's my favorite Doctor Who story of all time. I really want this one to look really nice. Let's start off with the packaging. I like the way the packaging looks. I like all the different colors going on this cover. There's so many different colors. I'm not quite sure what's up with the background. I don't recognize that background. It looks a little more basic than most of the backgrounds to these. I'm not quite sure what that background is in reference to, but I haven't seen Nightmare on Eden or Creature from the Pit. Two of the three Tom Baker stories I haven't seen her this season. So I don't know if that's in relation to those, but I don't quite recognize it. I love the colors going on behind Tom, though, like the reddish orange on one side and the blue on the other. It's a lot like the... slide this out. Kind of like with the Mass Effect Steelbook, you got the blue on one side and the red on the other. I kind of like how it's doing that. That's really neat. The colors really pop. I love the green going on in it too, and the kind of yellowish hues going on there at the bottom when you see the villains. Great choice of villains on there with, of course, Scaroth from City of Death, and then, of course, Davros and a Dalek, and one of the Nymons, and then, of course, the other creatures from the stories I haven't seen yet. So it really looks really nice. I like the look on Tom's face. I kind of wish he'd been going more for his full-on Tom Baker grin. You know, that full-on smile all Tom Baker does. I really wanted that. I always said if there was any box set where Tom needed to be smiling, it's this box set, because it is kind of a campier, sillier season, or at least that's what people seem to think of it. So this was kind of the one I wanted him grinning. And I like the fact he does still kind of have that smile, happy face going on. It's just not quite the full-on that I wanted. But it's still a good expression. I love the fact he's holding his hat. And I love it's in his left hand. I like that that's a nice switch up, because it's usually he's holding whatever item he's holding in his right hand. As someone who is left-handed, despite the fact I'm usually holding this in this hand, I am actually left-handed. One of only 10% of the population, actually. I like the fact he's holding it in his left hand. It kind of throws things off a little bit, which I like, it's perfect fit for season 17. I love the fact it's his hat. I would have went with the Jelly Babies personally, but I didn't even think of the hat. I haven't heard anybody even talk about the hat. It's perfect for season 17. I absolutely like it. The look on his face is perfect. And again, I love all of the different colors going on here. You know, most season box sets have kind of a color theme, one or two colors. There's just a plethora of colors going on here with the orange, the blue, the greens, the yellows. It really does pop, this cover. I can't wait to get it in hand and see it, because they always look even so much better in hand, and I really like the way this one looks. Just the picture of it's beautiful. It's always nice when these get announced so you can see the artwork for it. Moving on from that, from the artwork, the other artworks we've seen from the inside stuff looks good too, but moving on to what all is included. Shada is included. Very excited about this. This should finally, I think, conclusively prove that Shada is part of Season 17. The fact that BBC are including it should say, yes, it's part of Season 17, for the people who've always said it wasn't. It's nice that Shada is included. I love the fact that they are doing it in its episodic form, which is what a lot of us have been wanting. That we wanted it broken down. I really wanted that. So it's nice we're getting it in its original 6-episode format, the way we were supposed to. Now, it said enhanced animation. I'm wondering if that's just the animation from the 2017 release, or if they have tweaked it a little, because it said enhanced animation effects. I wonder if that's the same animation, or if they've actually gone back and maybe tweaked the animation to improve it a little in places. I'm really curious about that, so we'll have to wait and see. I believe they are keeping the feature-length version of it from the original 27 release as well. And I believe they have the original version by Tom Baker where he does the linking narration as well. The Paul McGann version is not mentioned, because I'm pretty sure they're going to save the Paul McGann version for the Wilderness Years box set. That is when it came out. That's probably what it should go with, since it's an 8-Doctor thing. It makes way more sense to have that as part of the Wilderness set when that releases, which I fully assume we're going to get one. If they're smart, they'll give us one, because it'll definitely sell. Love the fact that, of course, we're getting City of Death. I like the fact we're getting Destiny of the Daleks. Destiny of the Daleks already has enhanced effects. The DVD release has enhanced effects. And I'm sure that that's going to carry over from the DVD release, because I do prefer watching it with the enhanced effects. We are getting an updated effects for Nightmare on Eden, which, again, I've never seen Nightmare on Eden, so I'm guessing that's a good thing, though. I don't know how effects heavy that story is. When I watch it the first time, I will be watching the original version. I've already decided that. I will watch the original version of it first, and then I'll probably wait a few days to go back and watch the enhanced version of it. And I've always wanted to see Nightmare on Eden and Creature from the Pit, just because, again, it's Tom Baker. I love Tom Baker. And then Horns of Nimon is... It's weird. It's not a good story, but it's one I still like to go back and rewatch sometimes. I watched it last year, actually, again, because Tom is great in it. Tom... Much like Peter Capaldi, Tom Baker is really good at elevating stories he's in, even the bad ones, with the exception of Power Crawl. And I find he's so good in Horns of Nimon, it makes it easily watchable. So I am very excited about this. I'm looking forward to the interviews. It looks like we have another interview with Tom Baker. That's always a treat. An interview with Bob Baker. I'm really looking forward to that. An in-box conversation with Matthew Sweet with Bob Baker. That's going to be a real fun treat. I think we have that interview with Lala Ward, which I'm assuming is the one they banked about 3 or 4 years back before she moved. It'd be nice to see that, to get her thoughts on this. A nice tribute to Douglas Adams. I really like Douglas Adams. Again, City of Death's my favorite episode of Doctor Who. I really like Shada a lot, and I'm a huge fan of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy books as well. So that will be a nice treat. And then, of course, some archive footage. Like there's I think Tom at a convention in the late 90s. That'll always be fun. I love Tom at conventions. That's always fun to watch. So a lot of good stuff coming out. Very excited about this. Already got my pre-order in. Again, I'll probably get one with Zabby as well, just to make sure I get a pristine copy. So, Season 17, it's coming. I'm fired up. I love me some Tom Baker. I'm always up for some more Tom Baker, and it will be nice to finally own a copy of my favorite Doctor Who story of all time, because I don't actually own City of Death on DVD, so that'll be a real treat for me. I can watch it whenever I want. So what do you think? Are you excited? Have you got it pre-ordered? Are you glad it's Season 17? Let me know your thoughts on everything down in the comments below. Other things to do, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications. I also have a Patreon. If you like what I do and want to contribute to what I do, there is a link to my Patreon down below. For the entire month of October, anyone who subscribes at any tier level will have access to any videos I have posted and will be posting this month or previously. So even if you only subscribe at my entry level, which is the $2 level, which is usually just kind of a, hey, I like what you're doing, so let me give you a couple bucks. You'll have access to all of these videos as well. If I happen to do any polls this month, you'll get access to that. I will be ranking the doctors soon, and that will be a patron-only video. So if you would like to get access to that, just $2 is all you need to get in the door for the entire month of October. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.